What's going on, you guys? EB Crypto, Eric Brent, Family Cash Machine, follow the money. I'm the guy that started Family Cash Machine, the wealth conscious community that basically focuses on cryptocurrency and focuses on wealth, generational wealth. I'm gonna take a little ride to the Occidental Mall. I'm gonna go up there right now. I'm standing in front of the bodega, my neighborhood, and I'm getting ready to go on up there. Probably get me some coffee. You know how I do. Santo Domingo style coffee is the best. And I'm gonna take you guys on a little journey, and I'm gonna come back and we're gonna talk about a little bit about China and how their economy is intertwined with ours, how it's gonna affect our economy. And we're going to also talk about the subject yesterday, money, that we talked about, and what I think we need to focus on as a people as far as this new dimension of money and how money's changing, how the whole definition of how we get money's changing, because so many people right now have left their jobs. Over 41% of Americans didn't go back to work. That's almost half. That's huge. And why is that so? And what must be done to get us to the next level? So with that, you guys, I'll see you guys in a few minutes. Let me get on. All right, you guys, I'm back. This is EB Crypto, Eric Brent from Compton, California, out here in Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. And you know, I got to get my shot of coffee. And they got the best coffee. And I hear they got great tobacco here, but I don't smoke. A lot of people come here and they smoke cigars. But I'm going to get into the subject title today. We're going to talk about Ethereum a little bit, and we're going to talk about China. Yesterday I did a video on money. A lot of people liked the video. We got into the details about our psychological aspect of how we think about money and how we need to elevate and grow, and how we're not trying to repeat Black Wall Street again. Although we respect what happened with our ancestors there, we are not trying to be massacred, and we don't want to centralize our wealth where it can be targeted and attacked. We are going global now. We're thinking on generational wealth levels. That's what we're thinking now. So we've elevated from that experience, and that's why we don't want to relive that. We want to elevate. It's all about elevation. So right now, what I was going to say, man, is these Ethereum prices are killing everybody. This is something that nobody expected, nobody anticipated, but it's here. We're going through and we're witnessing a lot of fees when it comes to transacting Ethereum. The problem with that is probably 80% of the cryptocurrency is on the Ethereum blockchain. It's an ERC20 token. See, Ethereum helped this industry a lot in the beginning because it's relatively easy to create your own cryptocurrency on the Ethereum blockchain. You can make an ERC20 token so easily, and you can give it functionality. You can make it do things. So we did that with the Family Cash Machine. We have our own smart contract. We have an ERC20 token on the Ethereum blockchain, but it is highly expensive to move these coins. Now, a lot of you guys out there that want to buy cryptocurrency, you want to buy coins, it's going to cost you a lot of money to buy coins because you got to pay those gas fees. So contact me, Family Cash Machine. I'll accommodate you guys. I'll help some of you guys to get through that and to be able to purchase the Shiba Inus or the Safe Moon, Safe Mars, all these different coins that are coming out that may be creating multimillionaires. A good, but 85% of them are on the Ethereum blockchain. So you're gonna get beat up with them fees. I mean, for about $250 right now, you're gonna probably spend $100 in fees. It's ridiculous. So it almost doesn't make sense for the little guys that want to do $200-300. If you're moving $5,000-10,000 at a time, $200-300 in fees is still high. But if you're doing something where it can bring you millions of dollars in the future, it could be worth it. But again, Ethereum fees is astronomically high. And right now, Ethereum is actually hurting our industry. It is what it is. It helped the industry for quite a while. Now it's actually hurting our industry. And that just shows you how quick technology changes. How something that's good today may not be good tomorrow. Like I remember Motorola had the best phone out. Who uses Motorola now? So that proves my point. We all used to be on AOL. Nobody's on AOL anymore like that. I mean, most people don't have an AOL account. It's not as many as it used to be. So again, everything changes. So right now, it's just really rough on this industry, and everybody's anticipating the launch of Pulse Chain and by Richard Hart, who is getting ready to perform a fork on Ethereum. Now, what does that mean? That means that he's going to do pretty much what Roger Ver did. Roger Ver, if you guys don't remember, he forked off of Bitcoin. And when he did that, he created Bitcoin Cash. Now, me personally, I prefer Bitcoin Cash because it's cheaper in fees, it's faster to send. It's not as expensive as Bitcoin. It's only $500 something for a coin. But who cares? If you want to send $5,000, it's still $5,000 if you're getting 10 of those coins. Bitcoin is $60,000 a coin. A lot of people can't afford that. And then the mining fees are accumulating. It's taking so long for people to send coins, and it's costing a lot of money. And I remember when they made that whole change and went to the SegWit, it was supposed to alleviate fees and make it better. It actually made it worse. And Roger Ver saw it. He wasn't going for it. He's a pioneer in this industry. I have tremendous respect for him. He's debated with so many different people, and in my opinion, he killed them. You know, if you guys go watch some of the Roger Ver debates, and you go watch the movie Banking on Bitcoin, you see Roger Ver has been there from the inception and the beginning of cryptocurrency, period. He invested in one of the first companies to help you guys get currency over to the Bitcoin ecosystem called BitInstinct with Charlie Shrimp. So you guys can go on the Family Caption and watch that movie. We actually purchased that movie. It's on. It's in our beginner class, free Phoenix course. Or you can just go on the internet and pull up Banking on Bitcoin and watch the history of Bitcoin. I like a lot of people to watch the history of Bitcoin so you guys can get an understanding of what this is about, what the beginning of this is about, what its inception about, what it was created for. Most people come into this just to make money and have no idea what this was created for. But again, he saw a huge problem and he said, no, I'm not going that way. He had one of the largest mining facilities, himself and Jihan Wu. Those two had tremendous amount of mining power, and they decided not to go that way, and they created a hard fork. Now, what is a hard fork? Giving you guys free knowledge. A hard fork is basically when a coin changes its algorithms and it creates another coin. So for instance, if you had Bitcoin, let's say you had 5 Bitcoins, or let's say you had, 0.00156 Bitcoin. You had like a percentage on a Bitcoin. Well, what happened was when that hard fork happens, you're gonna have the same amount of that other coin. So a lot of people, we made money on the hard fork. We didn't miss that. That was a historical event. Family Cash Machines caught that, and it ended up to free money. We got free money. So what's gonna happen with this hard fork with Ethereum, that Richard Hart is doing, it's going to fork off of Ethereum, creating a whole new pretty much coin that does the same thing Ethereum does, which will be called Pulse Chain, probably with a few more added amenities. But it's going to be cheaper to send and faster to send, and it's already being it's a test net where people are already building applications on it. There's already things being built on it. They're testing it right now. It could be launching in the next month, 2 months, and what's going to happen is going to take some of the congestion away from Ethereum, which may bring the prices down, because that's part of the reason why the prices are so high, because of congestion. But the other part of the reason why it's so high is because they still got miners. They're still paying miners, and the miners are those that move the transactions on the network and confirm the transactions and create the coins, and it's just costing too much money. So They were supposed to go to proof of stake 2 years ago. I don't know why they haven't. And it's almost like they're prolonging that. Then they went to Ethereum 2.0 where it was supposed to go to proof of stake. Didn't happen. Then they went to this EIPP99, whatever that was they just did. It didn't alleviate the fees. We still got these fees, these terrible fees in Ethereum. And like I said, right now, it's hindering the entire industry. And people are anticipating post-chain and post-coin. Because not only is it going to fork off of Ethereum and create a whole new coin that pretty much does the same thing Ethereum does. That's what a fork is. So if you got Ethereum, you're going to automatically get the post coin. But you're going to have to do something with that coin within 30 days or you may lose it because that's the way Roger Ver is doing. So, but if you have one of the ERC20 tokens, like I do, which is the Fam Cash coin and the Decentralized Mindset token, anybody that got a Ethereum token, they're going to get the PRC20 token, which is the fork off of the Ethereum. Brilliant. Let me tell you what's going to happen with that. Let's say you have right now an Ethereum coin. Like I said, there's a lot of coins I want to purchase. I have some coins that I want to liquidate. It's on the Ethereum blockchain. There's a lot of companies that's using the Ethereum blockchain, and their customers can't really transact because it's just killing them in fees. Well, guess what? Thanks to Richard Hart, they go and post-chain, they're going to have another coin that does the same thing their coin does for free. It's the biggest airdrop ever in the history of this industry. Thank God I made it. 3 of my team members, we all participated, and we're a part of this huge fork, and we're going to benefit financially in a most beneficial way because this coin is needed, this blockchain is needed, and all the people that already have an Ethereum coin, guess what? They're going to be able to use that post-chain PRC20 token instead of the ERC20 token, and it's going to be their coin, and they're going to be able to have their clients and customers use it to stimulate their company and not have to pay all those fees and not have to pay, and get the transactions there really fast. So that's going to add a lot of value to post-chain, but at the same time, it could disrupt Ethereum. But right now, they need to be disrupted, and that's why I like free markets. This is why I like cryptocurrency, because it's open source code. Anybody can go and fork or build or expand, and that creates competition. And competition is good because see now Ethereum got to get their stuff right or they're going to lose a lot of people. And so that's what it is, and this is what leads us to China. What's going on in China right now is what's going on in most communist countries. In my viewpoint of history, communism just doesn't work with business. It just doesn't. In fact, when you start really understanding government, when you really start understanding the functionality of government and how they're supposed to work, the people are supposed to run government. But that's not what governments have done over the history. They pretty much the word govern comes from, I think, the German root word gouverne, which means control, and mint, which is another German word, means mind. So governments control the mind. That's what they do. So when it's too much government regulation, too much government legislation, it negatively affects free business and free markets and the flow that businesses create. Because when businesses and markets actually have the ability to correct themselves when there's an error, it has the ability to do that. You don't really need governments to come in, regulate. Now, some regulations might be good to prevent abuse and to prevent people getting scammed. I get that. But too many regulations suffocate businesses. And a perfect example is Russia. Russia was the #1 communist country in the world. They really were flying on the communism, and they crashed. The whole economy crashed. And probably the biggest, best example of socialism on this planet is Cuba. Last I checked, they're not doing too good in business. So there's a lot of poverty there. And a lot of it has to do with embargoes and stuff like that, I get it. But I just think that the regulations of governments and the interaction of governments and the involvement of government too much in the business realm is not good. Now let's visit China for a minute. China right now, I guess, got upset with Australia. They got upset with Australia because Australia was the one that blew the whistle and said, hey, you need to check them for the coronavirus. And the coronavirus might have started there. They the one blew the whistle. Before the media went and started covering it, it was Australia. And so China was pissed off about that and upset. They don't like nobody talking against the communist government, communist regime. So what they did was embargoed and banned them from bringing products in. Bad idea. Because we all depend on each other. Every country kind of needs each other right now for trade. Okay, now, when China did that, they stopped coal from coming in to China. Now, what I didn't know is 70% of the power in China is still coal-based. We don't do that. We got a lot of power on solar, we have nuclear, we have a lot of different resources of where our power comes from in America. China is using coal, okay? China has a huge production of coal, but I think 30% of their power, their residential power, is based on imported coal, mainly from Australia. So they got mad, banned all their shipments, and there have been embargoed shipments and shipments of coal sitting in the ocean on the coast of China that wasn't allowed to come in through the coronavirus, and even after the coronavirus, all the way up to today. I think just a couple days ago, they let a few in after they're having blackouts, they're having power shortages, all this stuff is happening. Now, if you guys notice, the last 2 or 3 years, Jack Ma has been missing. Several billionaires have been missing in China who get too much power, get too much influence. They become too famous. China doesn't like that. So they come in, regulate their businesses, take their businesses, or take them to jail. Again, communism is not good for business. It's just not. I remember back in the old, I think in the 40s, China had a bad problem with these sparrows, okay? These birds were coming in, eating up some of their granary. And I think the birds were eating like a couple pounds a year, really not that much. But there were so many of these sparrows, they were a little annoying, I guess. So China decided to eliminate them. So they started eliminating these birds to save this 3-4 pounds of granary. And again, like I said, too much government involvement is not good. It's just not good. It negatively affects business. And that's why communism never works with economics. Most communist countries don't have no money. Their people are broke. Government got all the money. Government officials got all the money. It's pretty a total totalitarianism system. So I'm gonna say this, they got rid of the sparrows, they killed all these sparrows, and guess what happened? The locusts came in and devastated the crops. Because see, the sparrows kept the locusts and the bugs in check, because birds eat bugs. So when they eliminated all the birds, the locusts came in and devastated their crops. And they had starvation in the I think the 50s in China and several areas. They had a lot of starvation problems because they got rid of these sparrows. They kept the bugs in check, mainly locusts. And they saw a locust devastation like they never saw before on their crops. So again, too much government control, too much government involvement, too much regulations. It's bad for business, okay? Same thing happened in real estate back in 2000. 2008, I was a real estate appraiser all the way through the 2000s. I was appraising 10 years or so, commercial, residential, doing great. And then the banks came up with all these programs, subprime programs, giving all these people loans. And the banks destroyed the economy by packaging these loans and CDs, selling them on Wall Street, selling them to other countries, and these loans all defaulted. Most of them defaulted, were bad loans. But Wall Street made a bunch of money, and so what happened when they did that, it devastated the total global economy. I call it the economic global meltdown of 2008. Banks came in, complained to the governments. The governments came in, regulated, and said, now you can't contact the appraisers. Because the appraisers, it's the appraiser's fault. It's the consumer's fault. They were irresponsible getting loans. No, you guys created those programs. So then the regulators came in, regulated, put a bunch of appraisers out of business, put a bunch of mortgage companies out of business, changed all the rules, and real estate took a while to bounce back. And now it's kind of trying to come back now, but the economy itself is about to pull it back down. So again, government interaction, too much regulations in business, it negatively affects the natural flow of business. So this is why I was looking at basically China being a threat to us. But now I don't see that, because I think they're going to implode. I think they're going to have too many problems because they have this new corporate regulation where they're cracking down on corporations with these stringent regulations. And so now, guess what? Microsoft is leaving, LinkedIn is leaving, what's it called? Japanese company, Toshiba is leaving. All these big companies are leaving because of the regulations. And right now, China's economy is suffering. China's economy is going down. You don't need all these companies leaving. But again, communism, socialism, government, regulate, suffocates the natural flow of business. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and sign out. You guys, see you guys on the next video. Like and subscribe to my channel, Family Cash City, Follow the Money. We're gonna continue to, talk to you guys about getting involved in passive streams of income. Right now, the economy is turning upside down. Inflation is going up. You guys are going to need some passive streams of income. So we teach you guys passive streams of income. We have some things we're doing right now, maybe 2 different things we're doing where we get a little bit passive income every single day. And also we buy cryptocurrency. We're getting our cryptocurrencies together. We have Shiba Inu. We have all the coins that are blowing up. You want to join our team, get this information so you can save your family, because things are depleting, going down. And you want to be safe. You want to make sure you have something of value that you can fall back on. So with that, I'm going to sign out again. Like and subscribe to our channel. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.